So I see we have some attendees, but I don't know how to bring them in. Mark, am I supposed to be able to see the folks that are attending?
You have to go to the, like you want to see them like visually or just
Yeah.
names?
Well, are they all
Let me see if I can change the layout.
okay? Maybe I don't see folks the way I should.
I haven't used WebEx in a minute.
Okay.
Oh, there it is with my new. Does that help?
No, I see folks' names, but I don't see any display. So this may be the way it's set up. That's okay. Um, if somebody would enter something into the chat just to let me know um, that folks are here, that might be helpful too. All right. All right. Thank you, Bradley. Well, I can see who's attending here by name. We have Ann Law and Anna Areola. Hi, Anna and Bradley and Dusty and Jennifer, Miguel and Taylor Gully. So I'll just go ahead and begin if I can. I'm going to share a screen, and if somebody would also um, let me know that they can see that when I bring that up, it'd be helpful to me. All right, great, thank you. All right, welcome everyone. And I want to thank Mark for arranging this little session on mindfulness. I've taught a number of these before, presented a number of these before through the counseling center, and I appreciate Mark making this possible, as I said. I'm calling this presentation, Isn't My Mind Full Enough Already? To sort of play on this idea of mindfulness. How can we be mindful, or can we be even more mindful if we are constantly sort of barraged and filled with work, responsibilities, issues we face, relationships? Isn't our minds full enough already? So this mindfulness practice is really sort of designed to provide just a reminder of this traditional practice for quieting, concentrating, and controlling our attention. So if you take a moment now just to sort of think about visualizing your mind, you may even think about doing a little sketching or drawing. If you had to draw a picture or visualize how your mind functions or what it does, what sort of activities it engages in, if you had to do this sort of self-portrait of your own thinking, of your mind, um, what might that picture be? How do you visualize it? Uh, so just think about that for a moment. How would you draw that? How do you visualize it? Is there an analogy that you would make? Again, you can put this in chat if you want to put this into words, but just sort of think about um, if you could open it up and look at your mind, what would be happening in there? What does it look like on a regular basis? Again, if you want to write something in chat, share that. What images, metaphors come to mind? Oh, good. Thanks, Bradley. Someone else like to share in chat? Thanks, Mike Miguel. Let me share a couple of other sort of images that file cabinets, Anna, studio table for creative work. Thanks. Good. All pretty positive. We engage generally in mindfulness practices when we catch ourselves in a particular sorts of mindsets that we feel like we may not have particular control over, that we need some sort of reset. And this image is meant to represent a sort of spiraling. You may have this experience yourself, perhaps waking up early in the morning when you have cycling thoughts that won't let you go back to sleep, or in situations where you just can't seem to get out of particular thoughts, particular problems that don't seem to be solvable, relationships that aren't functioning correctly, but you just can't seem to figure out how to extract yourself or solve that relationship, a sort of cycling that produces a particular sort of suffering. Another sort of visualize a mind that we feel like we would want to get out of or change is the sort of overload or mess, being overwhelmed by confusion, depression, um, oppression, um, times where we feel like we're just sort of burdened by this sort of that sort of confusion over which we don't have control. We also sometimes think of our minds as being reactive, that we don't necessarily have the kind of control that we want to have, that we feel like we're being continually sort of battered about, overloaded again, feeling like too much is coming in, too many inputs, and feeling like we're not actually in control. And but what we're looking for, of course, is a sense that we are seeing what's occurring in our lives, that we're aware. That's this eyeball represents this sense of awareness, that we have control, that we expect to have all of these inputs, expect to be battered about a little bit by just being a person in the world, and aware and ready and flexible, resilient, able to move and change our state of mind and control our state of mind. Of course, there's all sort of forces in the world who would be quite happy to take control of our thinking for us, to move us this way and that. So mindfulness is this ability to actually attain a particular sort of freedom, that we do control our minds as opposed to allowing others to control it for us. And this takes a particular sort of awareness, consciousness, And so today's practice is really just thinking about how we can remind ourselves to take a moment and engage in this sort of reset. And one of the ways this is traditionally achieved is through what is called a body scan. This may come with a number of names of centering, being in the body, controlling the breath. But a body scan is a practice in which we move our attention intentionally as a way to practice controlling our focus, our attention. We could say that our mind is really our attention our thoughts are where we put our attention, our relationships are where we put our attention, and to make choices about where we put our attention is evidence of a sense of control and freedom. So let me ask you now to engage in this practice with me for a little while. What I'm going to ask you to do is to sort of take a seated posture. I'm assuming most people are seated now. And think about getting comfortable in your seat, straightening your back a little bit, maybe pulling in your waistband to create a sense of stability and support for your torso, putting your hands down on your thighs in a relaxed way, dropping your shoulders. Again, lifting a little bit in the torso and your chest, relaxing your shoulders. Aligning your head in a strong support on your neck, dipping your chin a little bit, pointing your nose forward. And I'm going to ask you to close your eyes in order to better focus. Now, if closing your eyes makes you feel uncomfortable, it's really not necessary. But what I'm going to begin now is a sort of a traditional body scan. I'd like you to think about your feet on the floor. And I'd like you to create a sense of stability with your feet. Feel the soles of your feet on the floor. Think about the soles of your feet. Think about them as being warm. Feel the energy in your feet, especially the soles of your feet. I'd like you to think about your toes now. Wiggle your toes just to let them know that you know they're there. Again, we're focusing our energy in a particular place, soles of our feet, toes. Feel the warmth and energy there. There may be some tingling. I'd like you to move that attention to the soles of your feet and your toes up to the top of your feet. Feel the top of your feet now. And then move your attention to your ankles. Feel the energy there. That energy is joined. The energy and the sensations and the attention you've been paying to the sole of your feet, toes, top of your feet, your ankles. So feel the warmth and energy really from your ankles down to the floor. And move that attention up to your lower legs, shins and your calves, the front, the back. Think about this attention as just having a long pair of socks on, socks pulled up to your knees. Just feel the warmth and the energy. Attending to shins and your calves, your ankles, top of your feet, your toes, bottom of your feet. Feel that. Again, the sensations might be warmth or tingling. And add to that your knees, kneecaps, the back, or fold behind the knee. Now you're feeling the attention there too, all the way down to your toes and the soles of your feet. All of that is energized. All of that has your attention now. All right, bring it up to your thighs. Under your hands on the top of your thighs, back, thighs, all the way around. Feel the warmth, the sensations there in your thighs, front and back. Feel your knees again and your lower legs, ankles, top of your feet, toes, bottom of your feet, all the way back up to your thighs again. Feel that energy and attention. It's where you're putting your mind now. Feel the warmth in those areas, energy. The blood and the muscles, the bone, all of that. And then bring it up to your hip region. Bring it to your buttocks, lower abdomen. Everything below the belt now is energized, has your attention. Below your waist, it's warm, it's energized. Sensations there. Below your waist, your hips, your buttocks, lower abdomen, your upper legs, thighs, front and back, your knees and your shin and your calves, your lower leg, down to your ankle, top of your feet, your toes, the soles of your feet, all of that is warmed up, it's energized. You feel those sensations. That's where your mind is. Now you're moving up into your abdomen, your stomach area, right above your belt there, your lower ribs, your lower back. You're sitting up straight, pulling those muscles in around your waistband. All that area is warm with your attention. Going to move up now to your ribs, your sides, just below your chest, middle of your back, ribs in your back, right there in the middle, sides, tending to the sides above your hips, all the way around the middle torso. Join that attention to lower abdomen, lower back, the hips, buttocks, upper leg, knees, lower leg, calves again, shins, ankle, top of your feet, toes, soles of your feet. All that's getting warmed up with your attention, energized. We're moving up to your chest and your upper back. Again, straighten your back. Whole rib cage. Your lungs reside where your heart resides. Again, the chest, the upper back, the shoulder blades, the middle of your back. You're activating your spine now from where you're seated all the way up to the base of your neck. Let's go ahead and add your shoulders. Feel the energy in your shoulders. Might move them a little bit, loosen them. Feel the energy in your shoulders. So you're feeling your shoulders in your upper chest and your upper back, your shoulder blades, your spine, your rib cage, your stomach, abdomen, lower back and hips, buttocks, lower abdomen, your upper legs, thighs, front and back, knees, front and back, shins and your calves, ankles, all the way around, tops of your feet, your toes, bottom of your feet. So all the way from the bottom of your feet, your soles up to your shoulders. Feel that warmth of attention, energy. Feel your shoulders again. Come down on both sides into your upper arms, biceps, triceps, down into your elbows, front and back. Feel the sleeve of your lower arm all the way around, down into your wrists, energy in your wrists. What a wonderful sort of joint the wrist is. The ankle does so much work. Feel the back of your hand now. Feel the warmth in the palm of your hand. Feel your fingers, thumb. Feel the energy surging through your hands, down to your fingertips. And back up again, from the fingertips to the fingers and the thumb, to the palm of your hand, to the back of your hand, into your wrists, and then into your lower arm, elbows, upper arms, up into your shoulders. Feel all that warmth down through your back, your chest, down through your sides, rib cage, lower back, abdomen, hips, buttocks, your thighs, front and back, your knees, front and back. Those long socks you have on, your attention to your shins and calves and ankles, top of your feet and your toes, bottom of your feet. Feel all of that at once, from your shoulders down, and also from the tips of your fingers back up into your shoulders, to your arm. Your whole body below the neck is active, energized, warm, has all of your attention. All that warmth you're taking up with you now through your neck, back of your neck. Also a miraculous collection of joints and muscles and nerves, arteries, veins that support your head, front of your neck. Feel it going up the back of your head to your skull. Feel the back of your head behind your ears. Feel it in your ears. Feel the energy and the warmth surging in your ears, down into your jaw. Feel it in your chin. Feel the warmth and the sensations in your cheeks, in your lips, your upper lip, underneath your nose, cheekbones, into your nostrils and your nose. Feel the warmth in your nose. Feel it in your eyelids and all the muscles around your eyes, eyebrows, forehead, temple, both sides of your face. Back to your ears again and behind your ears. And then feel it around the crown of your head, sort of headband or crown area there. Feel it in the forehead and the side of the head up there, the back of the head where a hat would sit. Feel that ring of energy and sensation. And then feel it in your scalp, up at the front of the scalp, in the middle of the scalp. Back there at the back of the scalp, where at one time we had this little soft spot, they call it, when we were an infant. And feel especially the warmth there, like there's a candle flame just in your hair. You can feel the tingling there in your scalp, the warmth that's building there. Pull all of the attention that you had in your body from the soles of your feet up through your legs and your hips and your torso and your shoulders and your arms, your neck, your face. Put all that energy and all that attention right there in that candle flame at the top of your head. Sensations in your scalp there. All that warmth and energy. Concentrate and focus it all there. And now we're going to move it down. Back down the scalp into the crown. Just focus your energy on the crown of your head. Now we're moving it down to the sides of the head, the forehead, sides above the ears again, and into the ears, the back of the head, down into the eyes and the nose, the cheeks, upper lips, through the ears again, the back of the head, mouth, cheeks, jaw, the chin, back around to the back of the head, down the neck, front and back, into the collar, to the shoulders, down the arms, upper arm, elbow, lower arm, wrists, top of the hand, the fingers, the palm of the hand, fingertips, the shoulders again, the shoulder blades and the chest and the sides, the torso, the ribs, the lower back, lower torso, lower abdomen, hips, buttocks, thighs, front and back, knees, fold behind the knees, calves, shins, feel the ankles, tops of your feet, toes. And now just in the soles of your feet on the floor. So that's the practice. It's just moving one's attention using the body. In some practices, it's more breath focused. This is a practice for the body to get us out of our heads. And fortunately for us, our body is with us most of the time. So it's always available to us to sort of sit. We do this practice laying on the floor, laying in bed. But ultimately, we're trying to create a sense that we can control where our mind goes, as opposed to being, again, battered around by other things in our lives that ask our attention. When we feel like we're confused, need to be better organized, how can we use this sort of body practice, body scan, sort of reset, refocus, and remind ourselves how much control we actually have over what we do with our mind. So, any comments right now in chat or responses to this? Questions you have or comments? Thanks, Dusty. Thanks, Bradley. Glad it worked out for you. Thanks, Andy. Jennifer. I like that analogy, Anna. Thanks, Rachel. Yeah, it is very similar to yoga practice. Good, Miguel. Thanks. Well, I'll just share just a little bit more. Ultimately, we're looking for the peace and balance that comes from this sort of mindfulness practice. No one is excluded from confusion. No one is excluded from a sense of loss of control or being overwhelmed. So we might as well look for practices that help us regain that sense of lift, presence, control, balance. You may be familiar with a saying that comes out of Buddhism, which goes something like, no mud, no lotus. So the analogy there is that if we don't experience confusion, if we don't experience oppression, if we don't experience suffering, we will not recognize that what we need is relief from those things, experiences of uplift, freedom, balance. So those are intertwined, right? No one gets to be exempt from freedom. No one gets to be exempt from suffering. We're all worthy. And so this last image is just meant to represent this lotus. If there is no suffering, there is no opportunity for the relief and the freedom that comes with us. And because we all ultimately experience suffering to some degree, pain in the body, pain in the mind, pain in the spirit, we will never have the chance for the relief and its opposite. So that's the image there. Well, thank everybody. Thanks, Mark, for sponsoring this, arranging this, setting this up. Thanks to everyone who took this little time to attend and participate. I hope you practice the body scan when you feel like you need it. And I hope you share it with others if you see others who might benefit from it. Send me an email if you have any other questions or comments on this session, but go ahead and end it there. Thanks again. Thank you, Taylor. Thanks, Miguel. Thanks, Rachel. Thanks again, Mark.